also, I should mention that Mike and John Fazana and I at MTA, we sit on a subcommittee we created called Congestion Relief Pricing. And that's going to be the future of what we're doing in transportation in LA County. So Mike, welcome, and let's hear from you.
Some of you have friends who live outside of Los Angeles County, and they come to visit you from time to time, and I think you should first describe to them what to expect when they come to Los Angeles County and how to get around. First, you have to tell them this is all called LA. The morning rush hour is from 5 a.m. to noon, and the evening rush hour is from noon to 7 p.m. And the Friday rush hour begins Thursday afternoon. If you actually stop at a yellow light, you will be rear-ended, cussed out, and possibly shot. Never stop or slow down at a yellow light. Accelerate and pass through it quickly. MapQuest does not work here. None of the roads are where they say they go. None are where they say they do. And the freeway off and on ramps are moved each evening. If you are in the left lane and only driving 70 miles an hour in a 55 to 65 mile per hour zone, you are considered a road hazard and will be flipped off accordingly. If you flip back, you get shot. Anyway, I appreciate the opportunity to be with you this morning and discuss some of the various issues on transportation. 3 weeks ago, we had a tragedy on the 514 tunnel, as we all know. And I want to thank our Los Angeles County Fire Department and Sheriff's Department and Caltrans and Highway Patrol for doing the impossible in restoring that, getting that accident cleared up and the roads back to normal. And then a week ago, we had that tragic fire that took out hundreds of thousands of acres of land. But again, the fire department, our sheriff's department, our public works, our animal control, mental health and all, and the community were able to respond with our town councils and our city, and able to divert crises that occurred in San Diego and still going on in Orange County today, San Bernardino County. But one of the reasons we're able to restore, and I want to share this with you because you're the county, why we did a better job than our neighboring counties. We were able to put through, I initiated, when I got on the board of supervisors, a fee on developers that would go for fire stations, sheriff stations, libraries. But we have been and are building new fire stations in the Santa Cruz Antelope Valley. We had stations in place so that people could respond immediately. We also invested in aerial support. We have Blackhawks, the helicopters. We have a contract with Canada for the super scoopers that we use each fire season. They are in place and ready to respond, unlike some of our neighboring counties that may have had one helicopter or two. And then we have ground support. We have the bulldozers and other heavy-duty equipment that is a key part in putting out those fires. Some of our neighboring counties did not invest in public safety. And that's why public safety needs to remain at the top to ensure that safety and security for our citizens will remain during any type of crisis. And what is incredible about the LA County Fire Department and Sheriff's Department, many of them live in the Santa Cruz Valley, as you know. They were putting out fires of their neighbors' homes while their homes were under attack. Remarkable. The professionalism and the dedication of those men and women. So I just want to share that with you because it's a story that needs to be told. And how LA County, who prepares and trains daily, has been able to protect you from a very serious situation. We had over 5 fires going at one time, and the winds were going. So some of you maybe live. Any here live in the Santa Cruz Valley? Okay, and your evacuation centers, the students, August High School, they were making food for you, only to find out their homes were being evacuated. They were putting up the cots. It was a public-private partnership, and it's a credit. Let me talk about on some transportation issues. One of the worst problems we have today is congestion. Trucks add to that congestion. We need to get the trucks off during peak driving hours. But one of the problems we have in our ports, between 20 and 30,000 trucks are idling there a day, waiting to take their cargo throughout the world, from the world throughout the United States. 70% of that cargo goes outside of LA County. And how best to do that? If you have inland ports, one in Antelope Valley, the other in San Bernardino County, rail haul those containers and then truck them outside the basin throughout their destinations, which would free up and eliminate the congestion down below here. How do we pay for it? Well, Senator Lowenthal had some legislation which was a container's fee, like a user's fee, a $30 fee for each container, and use those resources to mitigate and work forward in having that inland port developed. But then there's a problem, and the governor vetoed the last bill because the city of LA wants to build bridges, and there's a concern that Northern California maybe wants to take some of the money more for Northern California. And what we need to do is ensure that the money is going to be used for what it's going to be intended for. And then you have the railroads. The railroads are the most obstinate group of people, businesses, we have encountered. We built an Alameda corridor. Remember that big story we read about? We're going to take all that cargo out in the Alameda corridor. But they stopped at Los Angeles City's boundary. They forgot about the 2 million people and the 20-some cities that are in the San Gabriel Valley that we're going to have 7 days a week, 2.5-mile length truck and trains going by and congesting 55 intersections, which really impact 911 calls along with the other services. And trying to get them to pay for that was very difficult, which they really aren't doing. So we're working with the state and federal government for the Alameda Corridor East to complete those 55 grade crossings. But the railroads should be seeing that this is an investment for them to upgrade their tracks to have these inland ports. It's going to help their business, and it's going to help the entire state economy. The money generated from the containers fees can't be